और मेरे गांव के लोग बेटी के घर पहुंचे तो देखो कि मेरी बेटी चारपाई पे पड़ी थी, साथ ही गले में रस्सी का निशान भी देखा। मुझे यकीन है कि मेरी पुत्री की हत्या हुई है। इसे मेरा दामाद मोहम्मद मुजाहिद इंस्पिरेशन ऐसे पुनः मैंने चार से मार दिया मेरी बेटी को। रेज लगा से मार दिया। Charges had also been framed on 22/4/2026. The charge sheet has been submitted. This is a particular case of suicide because as per the diary, it was in paragraph 46 to 52. जिनके husband and wife दोनों अलग रहते थे, परिवार से अलग रहते थे, और जिस दिन सुबह में जनरेट हुआ दोनों husband and wife ने सुबह दिन चला गया और दरवाजा अंदर से बंद था और सीरियस कमिटेड सुसाइड। कोई इंजरी नहीं है, there is no external intervention in this case.
Or the concept of pain on behalf of the parties. Well, the concept of the petition submits that petitioner is the husband who is in custody
since 19/1/26.
Since 19/1/26, and charge has been framed on 22/4/2026. Well, the concept of the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that the petitioner has submitted that the petitioner and his wife are living separately, and on the fateful day, she had gone to her in-laws house. In-laws house में ना?
जी, लेकिन उससे अलग रह रहे थे लोग.
That's it. In-laws house and was found dead. The learned council of the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that the marriage was terminated just 6 months prior to the date of occurrence, and there is allegation of demand of dowry and torture. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the direct allegation made against the petitioner who happens to be the husband, and the victim having been found dead in a matrimonial home, the court is not inclined to enlarge the petition. Sorry? Prayer का withdrawal का prayer ऐसे नहीं.
Item 4, BA 5145 of 2026.
Yes, petition.
Now,
It's a tied up matter.
it's a better particular
So withdrawn is withdrawn. Okay. Okay, tied up matter.
Item 5, BA 5147 of 2026.
First time just now yesterday the charge sheet has been submitted.
What is it?
Cyber.
What is the allegation against you?
There is recovery of a mobile and SIM and 6 ATM cards.
Learned counsel for the state is directed to file counter affidavit in this case along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner. They will be debating as to whether any case has been registered against the petitioner in the state of Jharkhand or in any other state, depending upon the material currently in investigation and the timeliness, if so found. At this, the counsel for the petitioner has submitted that the charge sheet has already been submitted. Office is edited to call for the case diary along with its enclosures from the consent book.
A copy of charge sheet also in photocopy of the charge sheet so that we can verify whether victim is.
आप लेके आइए ना, हम तो केस डायरी मंगाएंगे. Who is this case on? 28th of July. The counter affidavit should be filed latest by 26th.
Item 6, BA 5148 of 2026.
एक बार विड्रॉ हुआ था 85 नहीं हुआ था फर्क हुआ है. सेकंड बार विड्रॉ हुआ है कि उसमें ऑर्डर शीट में स्टडी गलत टाइप हो गया. 85 हो गया. वो एक मोबाइल में कवर हुआ कोई एंटीसीडेंट हमारा टू में ऑर्डर से
The records of the case reveal that the application of the petitioner was earlier rejected by the order dated, was earlier withdrawn on the ground that the charge sheet has not been submitted by the order dated 30/4/2026 in PA number 3354 of 2026. However, the bail application was again filed through the second time through BA unilateral filing, that shows number 10165 of 2026, which was permitted to be withdrawn on 29/5/2026. The subsequent bail order of withdrawal has been passed by coordinate bench. This case is a type of
क्या से भी
उसके बाद वहां से भी
वहाँ तो ऑर्डर शीट में करेक्शन था उसका स्टडी एक साल दिखाया जा रहा है
कुछ नहीं
Item 7.
हुआ है वही पर।
वही हो
Actually नहीं है।
आपके यहाँ से मेन खाते से बात
मेन और सब्सिक्वेंटली वहां से विड्रॉ हुआ है मैटर भी होगा और जाएगा चीफ साहब के पास असाइनमेंट के
हाँ ठीक है
उनको
ये ऑर्डर देखा जा रहा है ये आपकी का
ऑर्डर लगा हुआ है
जी हाँ
ऑर्डर हमारे पास भी रहता है
Item 7, BA 5149 of 2026.
Yes, first time.
क्या स्टेज है केस में what is the stage of the case since when are you in custody
But in this case, I have just demanded 7/4/2026. Charge sheet हो गया.
चार्ज शीट हो गया
Exactly. नहीं
आपको कुछ पता नहीं
नहीं इसका नहीं पता है इसलिए
the counsel for the petitioner submits that he is not aware as to whether charge sheet has been submitted or not कब रखेंगे आप पता करके बताइए भाई नहीं इंग्लिश
दो मिनट में हम पता कर देंगे अगर नेट पर नहीं सभी हुआ है पासवर्ड किया जाए हम पता करके बता
Item 8, BA 5150 of 2026.
क्वार्टर में 11 में टेक अप
Yes. In this case, earlier we found all persons granted bail without reason.
नॉन बाय विड्रॉ
That is
कौन से ऑर्डर
yes. Order dated discharge notice.
20 चार्जेस
Charge has been framed
when
11/5/2026. Other two accused granted bail.
antecedent
There was one case, therefore it was withdrawn, in which he has been granted bail.
is that correct state
Four co-accused granted bail. There is a victim of 3,478. Others का ज्यादा का क्योंकि antecedent था.
only one victim
Yes, only one.
please counsel
Yes,
only one victim
yes, only one victim.
should I say only one victim
एक्चुअली डायरी नहीं है
Learned counsel for the state is directed to seek instructions and file accountability in this case, along with the antecedent by the same person. It has been submitted that the charge sheet has been submitted on 11/5/2026.
11 charge has been framed.
Charge has been framed on 11/5/2026. Office is directed to call for a case diary from the concerned court. Close this case on 28th of July.
28.
22nd
28.
Item 9, BA 5151 of 2026.
The statement which I have given on earlier occasion, this application for regular bail was dismissed as withdrawn on the coordinate bench. Mr. Justice Ambudinath as their lead. Now again we are repeating the bail prayer of the regular bail application, and the FIR is at page 22. The unknown lady's dead body was found and reported by the local people to the police. It was not identified. Then subsequently, the brother of the deceased came and identified that he is my brother, and he expressed suspicion against my client. That is because
Are you named in the FIR?
see,
Are you named in the FIR?
I beg your pardon.
Are you named in the FIR?
No.
Counsel for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit in this case. Therefore, please directly be called for further consent.
The stage of the trial.
Along with the stage.
Also antecedent. कुछ antecedent नहीं. आप सब मांगा.
Antecedent report, stage of trial को court से आएगा.
जी.
Along with the case diary with its enclosures. Post on 28th of sorry 28th of July.
July 20.
28 July.
Item 10 BA 5152 of 2026.
Antecedent report.
हाँ, state देगा antecedent report dates. Yes.
चार है 18/6/2024.
18/6/24.
चार बार हम आपके एग्जामिन आउट ऑफ 9. ये एग्जामिन लास्ट एग्जामिन में 16/12/2025 को
16/12/25
जी. उसके बाद भी थोड़ा टर्मोशीट भी लगाया लेक्चर 3. कस्टडी में 13/12/2023.
direct allegation है आपके ऊपर. Allegation तो है. आप ऑडियो शीट कहाँ लगाएं?
आंसर 3
पेज नंबर
26 है. 16/12/2025 को डब्ल्यू फॉर वेरी गुड एग्जामिन में
16/12 के बाद next date is 24/1.
Yes.
And then
बाद है 18/2/2026.
available warrant against witness number 3.
इसके बाद 7
witness number कितने witness एग्जामिन?
4 एग्जामिन हो गए.
4 हुए ना, तो 3 को तो available warrant
ऑलरेडी तुम लोग 4 विटनेस कंटिन्यू मतलब विटनेस का भी लगा दिए. 1 से लेकर 4 तक हम पोजीशन लगाए. तब हियर से one page not 16 page number one executions. Yes.
ceaseless or direct allegation. आपका trial हम explain VA number 5152 of 2026. Counsel for the petition is present. Nobody argues on behalf of the opposite party state. The counsel for the petition submits that the bail application of the petitioner was rejected on merits on 6/1/2025 in VA number 8146 of 2024. By observing that the petitioner happens to be the son of deceased Suman Kujul, who died due to burn injury, and it is alleged that the petitioner had immolated the deceased due to his subsequent injuries. He submits that the charge has been framed. The petitioner is in custody since 13/12/2023. Charge has been made on 18/16/2024, and the last witness, that is witness number 4 out of 10 witnesses, have been examined on 16/12/2025. And thereafter, the witnesses are not turning up, and the petitioner is languishing in jail. He has also placed on record the order sheet of the concerned court. Considering the direct allegation made against the petitioner, which is of heinous nature, and the bail application of the petitioner has been rejected on merits earlier, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. However, there can be no excuse for non-production of witnesses. In such circumstances, the state is directed to ensure that the remaining witnesses are promptly produced before the court. The counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the Director of Prosecution and also to the SP of the concerned district. Since the counsel for the state is absent, let a copy of this order, a soft copy जाता है यहाँ से. Let a soft copy of this order be communicated to the Office of Learned Advocate General to ensure compliance. And office is also directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district. Sorry? Period नहीं कर सकते हैं. अगर फिर भी witness नहीं आएंगे तो हम आपको consider
Passover case item 7.
फ्रेम हो गया 318(4) में 420 में और मिनोड एन का मिनोड एन 392 में छः
17/6/26. Custody कब से है?
कस्टडी 7/4/26
Counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since 7/4/26 and charge has been framed on 17/6/2026.
under section
Counsel for the state is directed to seek instructions and file a counter affidavit in this case, along with the criminal antecedent report.
I have given that ये केस पकड़ाए देवर में उसी के बेसिस पर ये केस हुआ है इसमें
कोई बात नहीं, कोई antecedent report स्टेट से आना चाहिए.
Yes.
हो सकता
Yes.
और भी केसेस हो सकते हैं
Yes.
इसमें.
that
They will figure it out. ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं देंगे.
वो एक ठो में जो जिसमें एक ठो विक्टिम था वो वाला 28 जुलाई रख दिया उसको काउंट कर देते उसको थोड़ा शॉर्ट कट डेट कर दें
इसीलिए रख दिए हैं क्योंकि एक बार अर्लियर रिजेक्टेड है ना,
वो
इसीलिए थोड़ा कस्टडी हो जाएगा, इसीलिए 28 जुलाई. Let the case ID along with its enclosure be called for from the concerned court. Post this case on 21st July. Counter affidavit will be filed by 20th of July. वो कहाँ है मिस्टर तिवारी?
हम इन्फॉर्म करें
आप खबर कर देंगे. वो थे उस समय इसीलिए उनका एब्सेंस हम नहीं देखेंगे.
Item 11 BA 5159 of 2026.
Lordship made. Lordship, the petitioner in custody since 28th of January 2016, and the allegation the FIR made under section 66C, 66D of ITR 111(2)B, 111(4), 318(4), 316(2) of and 351 of business. Lordship, may I read the FIR? Lordship, that's page number 20.
You see, normally for cyber offences, we call for there is a 14 lakhs amount deposited in your account.
Not in your Lordship.
Not in your account.
In the account of the informant, Lordship. Not in my account.
We'll call
That-
for the case ID.
Lordship, but just Lordship, for this thing, Lordship, fact, Lordship, there's only a vague allegation upon me, Lordship, in the FIR.
We'll see that. If FIR is not there inside the video, we'll figure it out what is there in the investigation and then we'll consider.
Obliged.
We'll consider your antecedent also.
Raise one next.
Do you come from outside?
Yes, Lordship.
Where do you want the date?
Lordship, items, whenever Lordship is comfortable.
On 22nd, charge sheet has been submitted
Lordship.
for the learned counsels appearing on behalf of the parties. counsel for the petitioner submits that the petition is in custody since 21-26 and charge sheet has already been submitted. And the allegation against the petitioner is vague so far as the FIR is concerned. The learned counsel for the state is directed to seek instructions by counter affidavit along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner. The counter affidavit should specifically state any antecedent of the petitioner in the state of Jharkhand or in other state, depending upon the materials collected during investigation and the crime links found during investigation. Then the case diary along with its enclosure we called for from the concerned court. Post this case on 21st of 21st of July.
Ashwin, can you put last week of July or after 28th?
28th,
After 28th, Ashwin.
okay, 29th of July, 2026. You can always join online.
Item 12, VA 5161 of 2026.
And one thing I must, if you choose to join online, you can request the courtmaster to give you entry from 10:30 itself. Because normally what is happening is that the entry is being in our court. I have told that the courtmaster is giving entry just 2 cases prior to the case. So that creates a lot of anxiety in the mind of the advocate. So you can have your entry right at it.
Otherwise, Ashwin, I'll be available, physically
We
available.
don't have that system. We do not have like Delhi High Court. That you get entry immediately. Whenever you want, you can get entry. That system we do not have over here. So there is a difference in the system because of which the councils are anxious about entry in the courtroom through online process. You come from which place?
Ashwin, I come from Ramnal, Ashwin. I'm coming from Ramnal, so that's not a problem, Ashwin. I'll be appearing physically on the date which is given.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In the FIR, it has been alleged that the petitioner, who is the son of her brother-in-law, has enticed away her daughter. Thereafter, the victim has recovered and she has examined before the
Recovered from whom?
from the along with this petitioner, and she has examined at page number 12. She has examined PW2 page number 12. घटना वर्ष 2025 की है फर्स्ट पारा, परंतु महीना याद नहीं। उस दिन मैं रात को मोबाइल से अर्शद से फोन पर बात की थी और शाम 5 बजे उसके साथ बात चली गई थी और रात को घर वापस नहीं आई और गली में ही थी और मेरे एवं अर्शद की मर्जी से शारीरिक संबंध बना था। And subsequently,
एज कितना है बच्चों का?
age doctor has in the FIR age is 13 years, but doctor has defined 15 plus 1 year plus 1 years.
कंसेंट का क्या मतलब?
Both are the close relative below. And this is
क्लोज रिलेटिव अगर माइनर के साथ सेक्स कर ले तो इट इज ऑल द मोर सीरियस।
पारा 6 में बोल रही हूँ कि मेरी मर्जी से अर्शद के साथ शारीरिक संबंध बना था। मुझे अर्शद से प्यार है और मैं अभी भी अर्शद से प्यार करती हूँ। अर्शद मेरे बड़े पापा का बेटा है, इसलिए मैं उसे जानती हूँ। मैं जन्म नहीं बता सकती हूँ।
Day number 5161 of 2026. All the learned counsel is appearing on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the victim has been examined before the court and she has stated that she and the petitioner had physical relationship to which she consented. The learned counsel submits that it's a case of consent and the petitioner happens to be close relative of the victim and there was a love affair between them.
And he is also at tender age of 22 years.
The petitioner is just 22 years of age. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that as per the deposition itself, the victim is 14 years of age. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the direct allegation made against the petitioner, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. However, the trial is going on. The state is directed to ensure that the remaining witnesses are promptly produced before the court. Counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district and to the
Item 13, VA 5162 of 2026.
Presentation is in custody since 9/3/2026 and FIR
9-3.
9/3/2026 and FIR has been lodged under section 103 subclause and 3 subclause. Actually, the presentation has been notated in the FIR
Let us see.
as one of the co-accused named is
You are named in the FIR?
is
Let us see what is that.
already noted. Co-accused has been granted bail by this on level.
I want to see the allegation against him, then we will see who has been granted bail.
By this one. This language.
What do you have to say?
The confusion.
एक काम रिजेक्ट किए जिसका नहीं है।
हाँ मैं इसका वो टेट्रा का होगा टेट्रा
हाँ उनका रिजेक्ट
हाँ वो इसका नाम लिया है लेकिन टेट्रा और आपके पास रिकवर्ड हुआ है
रिकवर्ड है इनके पास से
और टोटल मर्डर
सॉरी
इसको
ब्रूटल मर्डर है बट ऑमनिबस एलिगेशन टेस्टा का बेल रिजेक्ट किया आपको याद है
मैं रिक्वेस्ट
for the learning classes appearing in the art of the parties, the learning council for the petitioner commits that though the petitioner is named in their FIR, but there is omnibus allegation against the accused persons and bail application of Vishwa Oraon and Chandeshwar Oraon has been allowed by this court by order dated 8/6/2026 in DA number 4172 of 2026 and also by the order dated and also to Sibla Oraon in DA number 4941 of 26 by the order dated 4/6/2026. The learning council or the state has proposed a prayer for bail. However, he submits that एक कोर्ट में उसका बेल इसमें ऑर्डर नहीं लगा हुआ है कितना ऑर्डर हुआ है ना रिजेक्ट को पता है इसका ऑर्डर अपलोड नहीं हुआ है किसका नंबर है However, during the learning council for the state has submitted that the bail application of the co-accused Tetra Oraon has been rejected by this court as there was recovery on his confession statement.
डंडा है ड्रॉप
Don't you DA number 5115 2026
5115 of
26.
26 order did after hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the omnibus nature of allegation and the case of the petitioner is similarly situated with that of the co-accused who have been enlarged on bail in DA number 4941 of 26 and DA number 4172 of 2026. The petitioner is admitted to be enlarged on bail. So far as the rejection of bail of Tetra Oraon is concerned, his bail application was rejected primarily on the ground that there was recovery of the arms from the danda and rope from the possession of the of Tetra Oraon. That's right.
not take care in serial number T.
बाद में पेरेंट्स नहीं रिकॉर्ड कर सकते सर कोई एडवर्स ऑर्डर नहीं कुछ नहीं होने वाला तो आपको केयरफुल रहना चाहिए पास ओवर का भी कोई प्रेयर करेगा तो हम पास ओवर कर देंगे
रोड जाम था ये क्रॉसिंग पर रेलवे
कभी हो जाता है आप कोई और केस में अपडेट कर जाइए
अच्छा
ठीक है
Item 14, 5172 of 2026.
क्या एलिगेशन है
Allegation है कि they were preparing for committing fraud of travel. That means that the disapproach and 4 persons were apprehended, and all the 3 persons might have granted bail by this month. So, my case is passed on to the and
आपका चार्ज कब फेल हुआ है When has started? Since when are you in custody? 12. जब तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं 12/4 को आपका जब तक चार्जशीट इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं आपके अगेंस्ट में कंप्लीट होता तो आपका पूरा कहानी कैसे पता चला? No victim has come. How do you know? Investigation is not over. किसका बेल? केस डायरी देख रहे हो?
And the person who has minutes in there, they have also granted.
These people who have criminal antecedent. तो सबमिशन में तो है does not have any criminal antecedent.
मेरा में नहीं.
ये बेल ऑर्डर में तो है लिखा हुआ नो क्रिमिनल
antecedent.
आपका केस में है?
नहीं.
बाकी जिन लोगों को मिला है उनको उनका है क्रिमिनल antecedent.
किसी को है किसी को.
तो इनका तो सारे सबमिशन में लिखा हुआ है that they have no criminal antecedent. But just इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है हम आपको अभी बेल नहीं देंगे. 3 महीना कब कंप्लीट हो रहा है ये बताओ? 12/4 12/7 को हो रहा है. काउंटर एफिडेविट मंगा लेते हैं 12/7 के बाद करेंगे. ठीक है? और the learned counsel is taking on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since 12/4/2026 and has no criminal antecedent. The learned counsel for the state has submitted that the investigation is apparently still going on. To this, the counsel for the petitioner has submitted that the matter may be posted after 12/7/26, so that in the meantime, charge sheet if any be submitted, and the case may be taken up. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties, closed this case on 28th of July, 2026. The learned counsel for the state is ready to file counter affidavit. Latest by counter affidavit by 27th of July. Along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner. बाकी वो सारा पोर्टल वाला रहेगा. अच्छा मैडम take it down. Along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner, the antecedent report should clearly indicate if any case has been registered against the petitioner in the state of Jharkhand or in any other state, depending upon the crime links found, if any, during investigation. Let the case diary be called for. The counsel for the state is also directed to submit the case diary with its enclosure before this court on 27th of July to the learned court master. Post on 28. 28 को आइए.
Item 15 BA 5174 of 2026.
Yes.
Alex 66103 of the OPNS. In this case also it is alleged as page number 14 that the informant's sister was married with Ram Keval Yadav 10 years back.
10 years. पढ़िए जरा एक बार.
पेज नंबर 14. मैं अजय यादव सजन कराने वाला हूँ. आज दिनांक 21/12/2025 समय 22:30 बजे अपनी बहन की ससुराल के घर के पास पूरी होशे हवा से स्वेच्छा से अपना पिपरा थाना पलामू के पुलिस पदाधिकारी के साथ अपना बयान देता हूँ कि करीब 10 साल पहले मेरी बहन की शादी दलपतपुर के रहने वाले राकेश्वर यादव के साथ हुई थी, जो आए दिन इनके परिवार वाले मेरी बहन को छोटी छोटी बातों को लेकर मारपीट करते रहते थे तथा हमेशा बोलते रहते थे कि तुम्हारी बहन पर दिन मर्डर करूंगी. हम लोग को काफी समझाने बुझाने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं सुनते थे. आज दिनांक 21/12/2025 समय करीब 15:30 बजे सुजा कर्मा के रहने वाली एक महिला आई और बोली कि अजय की बहन जिसका शादी दलपतपुर में हुआ है उसे पिंटू यादव सौदेला बेटा एवं अन्य ससुराल के सभी लोग मिलकर हत्या कर दी. इस सूचना पर मैं अपने परिवार वालों को बताकर परिवार एवं गांव घर के लोगों के साथ समय करीब 19:35 बजे दलपतपुर पहुंचे, देखा कि मेरी बहन ससुराल में जिस मकान में रहती थी वहां उनका शव पड़ा था तथा इसके आसपास काफी मात्रा में इधर उधर खून गिरा है। घर पर कोई नहीं। मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि मेरी बहन बेबी देवी उम्र 38 वर्ष को मेरी बहन का सौतेला बेटा पिंटू यादव पंकज यादव
Your worship, I'm in custody since 30th of December 2025.
क्या स्टेज है किस
Still, your worship, for the payment of charges. Only general omnibus allegation, your worship,
तो
no
आपको
eyewitness.
मटेरियल देखना पड़ेगा पिंटू यादव है you are the stepson
I am the step.
so we have to see what material has come what was the question counsel for the petitioner submits that he is in custody since 30/12/2025
30/12/2025.
30/12/2025
Your worship.
आप स्टेट हैं you are the state
Yes, ma'am.
counsel for the state is directed to file counter affidavit in this case with particular reference to the materials collected against Pintu Yadav, the petitioner. The office is directed to call for a diary from the concerned court along with its enclosure. Pose this case on 7 July. The counter affidavit will be filed by 6:40.
Item 16, BA 5178 of 2026.
Yes, please.
Claim for partial cases. Next case also.
The next case also possible. दोनों केस possible. नहीं ये possible है.
Minor girl है.
हाँ?
Minor girl.
कोई बात नहीं पास होगा. उनका अधिकार है.
I will find this within some percent.
Item 18, BA 5182 of 2026.
Case of cybercrime. First one is earlier withdrawn. First one, charge and different.
When? When?
Paragraph 5.
डेट बताइए. नहीं डेट नहीं लिखे हैं. कस्टडी कब से?
Custody is 29/8/2025.
29/8/20. एंटीसीडेंट है.
Refuse का भी date हुआ है.
एंटीसीडेंट है.
One is.
Item 18.
किसका केस है? आप इंप्यून ऑर्डर. कोई विक्टिम?
Diary नहीं आई. Earlier simply withdraw back in one.
Counsel for the parties are present. The learned counsel for the state is directed to seek instructions and file counter affidavit in this case. Along with criminal antecedent report. वो same type का antecedent order होगा मैडम. मैडम हमको same type का antecedent. जितने भी cyber crime है इसी तरह से. And also indicate as to whether any victim has been identified. Call for case ID from the concerned court along with its enclosure. Pose this case on 21st of July. The counter affidavit will be filed latest by 20th.
Item 19, BA 5191 of 2026.
This is an application for grant of certification. The office under section 103 and 5 of the PA is for the abatement of suicide. Your client that the deceased was about 20 years, and she the married lady. She was not having got the children also. She was having love affairs since before the marriage by performing another person with this petition. And thereafter, the marriage of this deceased was performed against her.
The custody is since 10/4/26. अभी तो चार्जशीट नहीं हुआ है, नहीं हुआ ना? और डेट ऑफ मैरिज कब का?
Date of marriage has not been mentioned, but it appears from the affair itself that she was married to another person. The name of the husband is mentioned.
She was married to somebody else.
Yes. She was married to-
The learned counsel for the state is directed to file counter affidavit in this case. And serve notice upon the informing purpose. It appears that it is submitted that that petitioner is in custody since 10/4/2026. And it appears that the charge sheet might not have been submitted so far. And investigation is pending. To this counsel for the petition submits that 3 months would expire on 10/7/26. The matter will be posted thereafter. Okay, sir? Considering the submissions, post this case on 28th of July. The counter affidavit be filed by 27th of July. The learned counsel for the state is directed to submit the case diary up to date case diary to this court on 27th of July to the learned counsel. Post 28.
Item 20 BA 5192 of 2026.
ये भी फ्लो हुआ था मेरिट पिटीशन
बाद में भी विड्रॉ हुआ है। तो उन वही नहीं का टाइम
इसमें सिंपल विड्रॉ
वो सब
में इसमें कुछ गलत मेंशन कर दिया
वो सब नहीं रहा। Subsequent withdrawal
इसमें
order
फ्रेश फाइल करने का डायरेक्शन था इसी फ्रेश फाइल कर
डायरेक्शन में ऐसा नहीं है। अभी एक ऑर्डर में किया है, दूसरा कोर्ट से सब्सिक्वेंटली विड्रॉ हुआ है। उसके बाद चीफ साहब को जहाँ मन होगा ऐसा ही करेंगे, हम अपने मन से नहीं करेंगे। ऐसे नहीं पढ़ सकते।
इसको पास ओवर कर दिया
और किसके पास है?
सीनियर
कौन है सीनियर?
राहुल मिस्टर राहुल
दूसरा ऑर्डर हो जाए, उनको पता है यही ऑर्डर। ये नंबर 5192 of 2026. It has been pointed out that the bail application of the petitioner was dismissed as withdrawn by the order dated 29th of April 2026, DA number 2733 of 2026. Subsequently, it was again dismissed as withdrawn in BA filing number 1112 of 2026 by the order dated 29th of May 2026 by a coordinate bench. Since the subsequent order of withdrawal has been passed by coordinate bench, office is directed to place this case before the Honorable Chief Justice on administrative side.
Item 21 BA 5193 of 2026.
This the case relates to section 1 of the BA. In this case, they manage not of the victim, that not the evening lot of the date of offense that is on the January 15 on 2/1/26. She was not sleeping in her house alone without closing the door. And not the husband and Nandal and the brother-in-law all had gone out to work in the and we realized that in the meantime the petitioner had entered in the house and thereafter he had committed helicopter. And what afterward he had said this petitioner is alleged to have fled away after leaving the motorcycle. The motorcycle, who belonged to the motorcycle, in which name not stands that had not been made back. In the case I also it has come back that even the statement recorded from the victim under section 164, that is the now PNS, 180 BN that she was being tortured by her husband. And she had left not her house. She had gone out to the house of her sister. So Lord, this
Of the
allegation
petitioner,
is telling.
she has gone to the house of
To
the
the
petitioner.
house of her sister after she was being tortured and assaulted by the other. Lord, that is available in the case diary. In the case diary, Lord, these several witnesses have been examined. They have not stated that not the
Since
petitioner.
when are you in custody?
I've been in custody since 15/1/2026. The
15
charge has
month,
been claimed
15 month,
2026. The charge has been claimed on 8/4/2026.
the learned counsel for the state is directed to serve notice. You are further informant?
Like I am for the state. 183 BNS has supported the case.
Yes.
She has supported the case. Therefore, with the main road may call for the 164 statement.
You will call for this.
Yes.
Were you already done?
Yes.
The learned counsel for the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a counter affidavit in this case. Let the case diary be called for from the concerned court. Along with the medical examination report of the victim and also her statement reported under section 183 of
What
VNS.
it be?
VNSS. Holds this case on 7th of July. The case diary will be filed, the counter affidavit will be filed by 6th of July.
Item 22 BA 5194 of 2026.
There's fighting a cyber arrest. Matter related to cyber crime.
Antecedent here.
Petitioner has no antecedent as stated in para 8
And what is the
and custody 4/4/2026 model. One mobile phone and 4 ATM cards were recovered from the possession of the petitioner.
victim identified? No idea.
No,
Custody कब से?
4/4/2026 में
अभी तो आपका इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ.
7वां महीना में मेरा 4 से 5 हो
The
4/7 को
the counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since 4/4/2026 and he is not aware as to whether the charge sheet has been submitted or not.
Yes.
Counsel for the state is directed to seek instructions and file counter affidavit. Let this matter be posted on 14th of July. The counter affidavit should be filed by 13th of July. The state is along with antecedent report of the same nature, right? That order. The counsel for the state is directed to submit the case diary to the learned court master on 14th of July. Post on 14th.
Okay.
Item 23 BA 5198 of 2026.
64(1) of the VNS was in 2006 also act. The first information report was
Let us see the-
24/3.
Let's read the
Yes, yes, 24/3, that's the first information report was launched. We didn't give a comment to my problem research. We did have 26 को मेरी बेटी श्वेता कुमारी उम्र 17 वर्ष.
What is the age? 17 years.
17 years.
Please don't take the name.
समूह बनाने तो बुला लाऊंगी उसके बाद शाम करीब 5 बजे गांव के टेम्पो चालक ईश्वर साहू साहू के टेम्पो से घर जाने के लिए अपनी सहेली संदीपा कुमारी और अन्य पैसेंजर के साथ सवार हो गए. सभी पैसेंजर अपने अपने गांव के समीप रास्ते पर उतर गए. परंतु जब मेरी बीवी श्वेता कुमारी उसके सहेली टेम्पो में आ गई तो मेरी बेटी को टेम्पो कहा गया कि उस गाँव में उतारकर उसकी सहेली संदीपा कुमारी को उसके गाँव घूमा छोड़ा है. परंतु ड्राइवर नहीं माना. कहा कि पुलिस साथ चलो वापस आकर टेम्पो छोड़ देंगे. उन दोनों को कुमार में ले गया जहाँ संदीपा कुमारी को उतारकर वापसी ग्राम होने पर गवर्नर पुलिस से पहले टेम्पो कलवर की समीप दुनिया समेत करीब 7 दिन सुनसान जगह पाकर मेरी बेटी को टेम्पो से
Statement of the victim must have been recorded.
this was his not come is very important. And there is family, the petitioner and the
Medical report is prima facie absolutely against. There is no order itself.
Yes. Paragraph 10 says a statement that both the families were known to each other and there was a loan which had been taken by the informer. The because of which this falsity of the prosecution story. But that was kind clear only in the doubted affidavit reply.
That counsel for the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a counter affidavit. Let the case diary along with the medical examination report of the victim and its other enclosures within, and also the statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BNS is called for from the concerned court. The counter affidavit be filed by 6th of July, post on 7th.
Item 24, VA 5201 of 2026.
Thank you. The FIR has been lodged by the father of the victim. He says that his daughter went to school and did not return. Upon looking after her, they came to learn that the petitioner has taken away his daughter to getting for purpose of marriage. Now later he says that the girl is in talking terms with her elder sister, where she has stated that she is at Tamil Nadu. Now later on, she is recovered from Tamil Nadu. Her statement has been recorded. She said that she went by her own free will. There is no elopement, nothing.
She was recovered along with the petitioner.
Petition.
What is the age of the victim?
16 years, as per the FIR, it is mentioned 16 years. There is the statement doesn't record anything about any sexual exploitation or anything in it. The annexure 3 would be relevant, page 24.
As per
Annexure 3. What is it? Discuss line with myself.
25.
आप कौन है? स्टेट है?
State.
स्टेटमेंट में क्या ही करेंगे? तो बेबी जैसा.
Yes.
For the learning council appearing in the outcome parties, the learning council for the petition submits that the victim is 16 years. Was found missing and ultimately she was recovered from Tamil Nadu with the petitioner who is aged 22 years. The learning council has referred to the statement of the victim reported under section 183 BNS and has submitted that no allegation of any sexual offense has been made against the petitioner. Rather, the victim has said that she was in love affair with the petitioner and had eloped with the petitioner. The charge sheet has been submitted.
Yes. Charges have also been raised.
He submits that charge sheet. Charges have also been framed. Counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail, but the aforesaid submissions made by the counsel for the petitioner based on materials on record is not in dispute. In view of the statement recorded on section 183 BNS and the charge having been framed, the custody of the petitioner since
9 to 2026.
9 to 2026, the petitioner is directed to be in that family.
Item 25, VA 5204 of 2026.
Actually, in the studies is 21st of April 2026. 21st of
21/4
2026.
अभी तो आपका चार्जशीट नहीं हुआ
नई इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए
क्या है साइबर ऑफेंसिव
नई 376
पढ़िए
64 of page 18
एफआईआर पर
page 18 in the FIR. मैं सुरेश सो 24 years श्रीमान से कहना है कि मैं सुरेंसु का रहने वाली हूँ। मैं मोबाइल दुकान में मेरे मोबाइल दुकान में
साल 2020 से काम करना शुरू की। काम करने के 6 महीने बीतने के बाद प्रेजेंट पिटिशनर का नाम है। इसी बीच हमारे साथ शारीरिक संबंध बारजौला बनाया और संबंध बनाने के बीच फोटो खींच लिया और उस फोटो से मुझे लगातार 5 साल तक शोषण किया और मुझे धमकी देता था कि किसी को भी बताओ कि तुम्हारे सारे परिवार को जान से मार देंगे। इसी डर से किसी को अब तक नहीं बताई। इसी बीच हमारा शादी तय हो गया और इस बात को उसे पता चल गया और जहाँ हमारा शादी तय हुआ था उस लड़का के साथ तरह तरह का मैसेज भेज दिया जिससे हमारी शादी टूट गया।
Counsel for the state is directed to serve notice
इसमें
upon the
मैरिज
victim.
कार्ड लगाए आफ्टर रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ एफआईआर। बता मैडम का जो ऑर्डर है वो तो बाइंडिंग है।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। हम सिर्फ विक्टिम को नोटिस करके ऑर्डर कर देते हैं। The counsel for the state is directed to serve. उसकी शादी तो अभी नहीं हुई है।
शादी हो गई, मैरिज कार्ड लगाए लेकिन 5-7 दिन के बाद ही शादी हो गया। लगाए मैरिज कार्ड अनदर।
अब ससुराल में ये सब नोटिस जाने से भी परेशानी
ये तो लगाए मैरिज कार्ड भी लगाए कनेक्टेड टू। तो ये तो मायके से इंफॉर्मेशन जाएगा। अब ये तो कंप्लायंस होना ही।
The state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and by the counter affidavit. The matter appears to be still under investigation as per the interview order, and the petitioner is in custody since 21/4/2026.
Having no
And as per the petitioner, he has no criminal antecedent. Post this case on 28th of July. The counter affidavit should be filed by 27th of July. And the counsel for the state is directed to deposit the case diary before this court to the learned courtmaster on 27th of July. The counter affidavit should specifically indicate as to whether any video or photograph as alleged in the FIR has been recovered during the investigation. नहीं है तो कोई अच्छा है आपके लिए?
नहीं है तो एक स्पेसिफिक स्टेटमेंट दिए हुए हैं भी कुछ चाहिए।
Item 26, BA 5206 of 2026.
Simple withdrawal. One antecedent and custody.
इसमें तो बहुतों को बेच दिए हैं।
Yeah. Several positions.
The learned counsel for the state please call and is granted time till 6th of July 26 to file a counter affidavit in this case. The counter affidavit should clearly indicate the criminal antecedent of the petitioner, who is cyber offense wala criminal antecedent. And as to whether the victim had been identified. Post this case on 7th. Let the case diary be called for from the concerned court, along with the enclosures coming out.
Item 27, BA 5209 of 2026.
This petition,
65 first information is on page 12.
since when are you in custody?
The statement is 7/12/25. Statement of the victim is at page 14.
Which? Yes, I just read it. एज कितना है victim?
15 years. Charges is also inflated.
Sorry,
Charges is inflated.
when?
21 to 26.
What come under?
It's age plus I'm on the wrong side. But so far as the story which is made on the first information report. In the restatement in the case diary nurse, even the girl says that my mother told that go and ask the boy for 2 lakh rupees, then I am not 5 years. That is there in the case diaries. So if this type of things might happen, age, yes, I am not in
Medical report is
it's medical information. But plus her consent is there, not a valid consent, not because of her age. But today's age plus 15, we can understand yours. It's running in line. And the mother has lost yours. Mother says that bring 2 lakh rupees. That is from report I have seen. In this statement, she says that if you bring 2 lakh, if you ask the boy to bring 2 lakh rupees, I will not find. So you are selling your daughter.
victim का age हमको कहाँ से मिलेगा?
It's the first information report. She says yes. In the statement also mentioned to page 14, the board has recorded 15 years.
In order that's coming is dying para come
We call it from the informant
Yes.
and
And the
then
diary also.
and that is.
Because para 3 years is
I understand.
Yes.
छोटा ही date देंगे. 6 का रखेंगे. कर देंगे. Well, when it comes to the petitioner submits that, as per the statement of the victim, there was consensual relationship between them. The FIR has been lodged by the mother of the victim. The state directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a contract with the victim. Let the case diary be called for from the concerned court along with its enclosure. The statement of the victim reported under section 183 is already on record. यही है ना statement? Case diary along with medical examination. She has denied medical examination. Normally, SMA she denies. ऐसे कुछ पता नहीं चला. The counter affidavit be filed by 6th of July, post on 7th.
Item 28, BA 5213 of 2026.
Yes, petition.
It's not ground, it's the ground of regular. Open service to open committed under 108 of the Ministry. In this case, kindly appreciate the trial had commenced. And after the two witnesses have been examined, they have no
What is the date of framing of charge?
The trial commenced, the evidence is going on.
Date of framing of charge बताइए ना. तभी ना पता चलेगा कितना witness क्या situation है trial का.
But two witnesses have been examined, they have not supported the case of the prosecution.
How many witnesses are there?
One of the 6 witnesses are there. And today is the date fixed for the examination of the informant. Therefore, I humbly pray before the Lordship, 1 week's time is nothing. For enabling to file a supplementary application,
Not required.
enclosing the evidence of the witnesses.
About the Learned Counsel separately on behalf of the parties, the Learned Counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since
Custody since 10/1/2026.
since 10/1/2026 and the trial has commenced.
Commenced.
out of 6 witnesses, out of 6 statutory witnesses, 2 have been examined, but they have not supported the prosecution case. And today is the date fixed for examination of the informant witness. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that
And
there was
further,
specific allegation of
my lord,
fraud
kindly
and assault.
appreciate, ma'am, kindly appreciate. My lord, the petitioner is the father of a 2 infant child, aged about 5 years and 2.5 years. There is none else in the family, my lord, to look after the infant child. Taking into consideration, my lord, the welfare of the child, my lord, the informant had already compromised the case, the accused, my lord. I have stated in my petition, my lord. Kindly have reference to para 13.
You are the husband.
I am the husband. And there is no witness to the occurrence, my lord.
Para number?
Para number 13, my lord. Allegation in the first information report, my lord, that the prisoner is used to torture his wife, my lord. As a result thereof, my lord, she committed suicide, my lord. There is no injury available on the record. That prior to the incident, she was subjected to cruelty.
He has submitted that today is the date for examination of the informant. The learned counsel has further submitted that the petitioner is the husband of the victim and there are 2 minor children aged 5 years and 2.5 years who are dependent upon the petitioner. He has further referred to paragraph 13 of the bail petition to submit that the informant has compromised the case with the petitioner. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer and has submitted that the offence is not compounded
Offense is not compounded.
and the compromise has no value.
But there is judgment to the effect passed to the Honorable Supreme Court. When matter the non-compoundable offence can be compounded.
So though is a compromise about. Okay. After hearing the learned counsel for the
May I appreciate?
आपको पूरा अप्रिशिएट करनी है एक बार में अपना सबमिशन किया
एक बात है, my lord, since my lord, the witnesses are the very ear and eye of the prosecution. If the witnesses had not supported the case, on what legal basis the very incarceration of the petitioner behind the bar?
Yes.
Is it permissible, my lord?
Not permissible.
That's all my
Considering आपका बात सुनिए ना अब आप ऑर्डर सुनिए. Considering the fact that there are specific allegation of quarrel and assault just before the occurrence, and the trial, the petitioner is the husband, and the trial is in progress, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. The so-called compromise has no relevance. However, accordingly, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. However, the state is directed to ensure that the remaining witnesses are promptly produced before the court. The counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district and to direct the prosecution.
Item 29, VA 5221 of 2026.
69 of the aspects. There is only allegation that in the year 2023, the petitioner has established the physical relationship on the pretext of marriage, and now he is refusing to solemnize. That is only the allegation.
What is the age of the victim?
Loss of 24 years. Both are middle schools.
Custody कब से?
Loss of 6/4
6/4?
2026.
अभी तो investigation खत्म नहीं हुई.
Investigation of charge sheet submit हुआ as per instruction.
कब हुई?
और instruction आया हम
सर रिपोर्ट में है
इंस्ट्रक्शन आया है तो कुछ क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शन है ना. Council for the state is directed to serve notice upon the involvement of the case and file a counter affidavit in this case. The petitioner is in custody since 6/4/2026 and it is not clear as to whether the charge sheet has been submitted or not. Let this matter be posted on 14th of July. The counter affidavit should be filed by 13th of July. Counter affidavit के साथ antecedent report भी देंगे. The council for the state is directed to submit the case diary with its enclosure to the learned court master of this court on 13th of July. Post on 14th.
Item 30, BA 5222 of 2026.
It has been stated in the FIR that on the pretext of marriage, sexual relation was established. Let's try to see the age of the alleged victim is 33 years, and the boy himself is aged 24 years.
Custody कब से?
The state my lord says 28/3/2020.
28.
The
Statutory.
Lord sir, it has charge has been framed on 9/6/2020. 2026 sorry.
FIR कभी है?
संविधान ये है कि मैं 1600 रहने वाली हूँ। मैं विगत 2025 से 1600 के किराए के मकान में रह रही हूँ। वर्ष 1600 से petitioner मैडम मुझे शादी का झांसा देकर के मेरे साथ किराए के मकान में रहकर नौकरी करता रहा। मेरे द्वारा शादी का दबाव देने पर मैं 1600 टालमटोल करता रहा। दिनांक 13/3/26 को मैं 1600 में पुनः शादी का दबाव किया तो मेरे साथ मारपीट किया। फिर 1600 को मेरे साथ रहा। 1600 को मौका का फायदा उठाकर मेरे किराए के मकान से भाग के अपनी मोबाइल से बातचीत की।
In the pretext of marriage, both are major. Or the learned counsel is appearing on behalf of the parties. टाइट कॉपी क्या लगानी है? ये टाइट कॉपी पैरा 4 देखिए तो सही। ये यही वाला जो निकाले हैं हमने।
ये FIR का
FIR में तो इस तरह का कोई फोटोकॉपी हमको नहीं दिखता। FIR में तो इस तरह का कोई फोटोकॉपी नहीं दिखता। ऐसा कोई इंग्लिश में लिखा हुआ तो कोई फोटोकॉपी नहीं है FIR। ये जरा बताइए तो कहाँ का? लगता है कोई और केस का इसमें
हाँ perhaps
लाइक FIR,
हाँ किसी और का ही है वो मनीता देवी सम अदर केस इट अपीयर लगता है किसी का डिफेक्ट रिमूव करने के लिए फाइल किया उन्होंने इसमें नंबर गलत था
the learning council for the petitioner submits that the victim aged 33 years has lodged an FIR against the petitioner aged 24 years, alleging establishment of physical relationship on false pretext of marriage. The learned counsel has further submitted that this is apparent from the FIR itself, and it has been alleged that when the petitioner refused to marry, the FIR has been lodged. The learned counsel has then submitted that the charge has been framed on 9/6/2026. Any antecedent?
No, ma'am.
The petitioner has no criminal antecedent. The learned counsel for the state has opposed a prayer for bail. However, the nature of allegation as pointed out by the learned counsel for the petitioner, as is apparent from the FIR itself, is not in dispute. Considering the fact that charge has already been framed on 9/6/2026, the petitioner is eligible to be enlarged.
Item 31 BA 5223 of 2026.
Cases under form rejects of marriage or establishment of sexual intercourse, and that relationship continued for 5 years, as she said herself. Also, may have counterpoint and special bail application was withdrawn because the petitioner was arrested on that. In the complaint she had filed, which was sent to the station of the crime.
You have to issue notice. You have to issue notice to the victim. Who is for the state? The counsel for the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case. Investigation is over.
No.
Custody कब से?
5/5/2026.
The petitioner is in custody since 5/5/2026, and apparently investigation is going on. The learned counsel for the petition submits that. तो अगस्त में होगा. इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी चल ही रहा है तो क्या आप?
क्योंकि ये FIR ही हुआ बाद में, इस 2 साल के बाद वो कंप्लेंट फाइल की, उसके बाद FIR. So out around the case, and she is a major. In 2023, when she filed complaint, she says she was 24 years old.
Counsel for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit and serve notice upon the informant of the case, and place on record the materials collected during investigation. Post this case on 29th of July, the counter affidavit will be filed by 28th of July. Up to date case diary, along with enclosure, be furnished to the learned courtmaster of this court on 28th of July. Post on 20. तब तक हो ही जाएगा चार्जशीट.
Item 32 BA 5226 of 2026.
In this case, although the case was registered under section 109 of subsequently received the dispute had section 18 that global against thus as far as this petition is concerned, she happens to be the donor, and in the FIR lawsuit there is no allegation specific against her. Lawsuit, you can see the FIR. During investigation, it has found that the dying declaration of the deceased was recorded.
State the price of this.
And once,
She has been born today.
yes, and one co accused, the mother-in-law, she has been granted bail. She doesn't see the ground on which. And as far as this petition is concerned, also she is a married woman, in state of, not in the Naila. And in the FIR lawsuit, there are 2 more documents which have been annexed. If your lawsuit sees paragraph page 16 of the FIR. This is by the deceased. Earlier also she had lost some complaint. And there is no allegation, but she is not even named in that. And then on the next page also there is some Vatanama. In that also I am not. So only to increase the whole family member, my name will be named. Although I am a married woman. And
शादी कब हुई है?
शादी मेरी कभी हो तो नहीं
वो तो इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि एलिगेशन तो 2020 का है.
ये तो ये है जी
शादी कब हुई?
ये 2020 में 2024
29/8/20.
ये उसमें हमारा नाम नहीं वो that's the part of the FIR. Actual FIR is at page 15. Page 15, yes.
मेरा दामाद की बहन.
हाँ मेरा दामाद की बहन सुमन देवी, that's the petition before your lordship.
दामाद की बहन.
हाँ
दामाद की बहन तो ननद भी नहीं हुई ना. अच्छा वो कौन है? अच्छा ये कौन FIR कौन कर रहा है?
FIR is the father of the deceased.
शादी कब हुई है? नहीं, what is the date of marriage so far as the victim is concerned?
31/10/2018.
इस ऑर्डर में तो केस डायरी तो नहीं आया था. डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन आपने लगाया है इसमें?
लेकिन लगाया नहीं रोशनी, लेकिन क्योंकि वो कोई उसका केस कमिट हो गया था इसलिए हमको पुलिस पेपर सप्लाई हुआ उसी के
डाइंग डिक्लेरेशन है.
हाँ
आप लोग भी कितने खड़े थे?
जी सर.
नहीं बेहतर सर. In your presence it has all been done.
Same is the allegation against Pandit.
कोई बात नहीं. इतना आर्टिकल 14 नहीं चलता. ठीक है. BA number 5.
Barricade तो हम लोग कम से कम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं ना. And it's a barricade. She was not even present there. Her name has been insulted. That she says
your
what?
presence is there in the dining.
She says what? Lordship, there is no allegation on that ground. Pandit Devi has been granted bail because
I will consider it. Don't worry.
The lordship is saying that your lordship will not grant bail.
I will.
I am seeking bail on the ground of barricade.
I will record it. Just wait and see. VA number 5226 of 2026. Heard the learned counsels appearing on behalf of
I'm
the
soon
parties.
losing the other papers also which are the part of FIR. The earlier also in 2020. And
Heard the learned counsels appearing on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner is in custody since custody कब से? Custody
18/5/2026.
18/5/2026, and the marriage of the victim was solemnized with the brother of the petitioner on 31/10/2018. He submits that the petitioner is a married sister-in-law and the entire allegation is against the husband who had set the victim on fire. The learned counsel has also submitted that the dying declaration of the victim was also recorded, and he has produced a copy of the police paper which has been furnished to the petitioner, which has been furnished to the co-accused and has placed the dying declaration of the victim, which is recorded on 17/9/2024. और इतना दिन तक अच्छा
The charge sheet इसमें पहले हुआ, लेकिन investigation as against this petition was kept pending. If you also want to see, I'll
No,
do a copy of the charge sheet.
the learned counsel submits that the bail application of the co-accused have been allowed by this court in BA number 10578 of 2025 by the order dated 6/12/2025. During the course of argument, he has submitted that the co-accused, namely Pantu Devi, has been enlarged on bail, who happens to be the mother-in-law. And the case of the petitioner is on better footing as the petitioner is the married sister-in-law of the victim. During the course of arguments, इसमें केस डायरी तो नहीं हुआ होगा, ऑर्डर नंबर 2 है, ऑर्डर नंबर 2 है, केस डायरी नहीं हुआ होगा. During the course of hearing and upon a query of this court, the learned counsel has fairly submitted that by granting bail to the mother-in-law, the case diary was not called for.
The time declaration was removed.
That's it.
That was removed.
It is not there in the order.
Also, then the basis of that only the honorable judge has mentioned.
Dying declaration कहाँ है?
I mentioned my order. Again, order में mentioned.
Alright. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail.
Paragraph 4 of
After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and upon going to the dying declaration as produced by the petitioner from the case diary, it is apparent that the victim has stated that, her husband had poured kerosene oil on her and set her at a blaze, and at that point of time, when the husband was doing that, the petitioner as well as her mother-in-law and father-in-law were standing there. Considering the dying declaration of the victim as produced by the petitioner, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail, hence rejected. Dying declaration mentioned है, लेकिन produce हुआ है ऐसा नहीं mentioned.
उसी बेसिस पे नो मैन, otherwise कहाँ से mention करें?
कोई बात नहीं.
How will the judge know? But there is a dying declaration.
Item 33 BA 5228 of 2026.
agreements with conventional which practices and section 3 of the forms. The petitioners first though they are named in the first information report. I informed that there was an altercation between the deceased and the three named accused persons in the first information report. So please the FIR.
Yes, I named it.
It's named the FIR, but in this case diary is where counter has been filed. So it's from the case diary I will show.
Let's see that.
Yes, it's first information. Page 12 is the first information.
Yes.
मैं विलियम वाइस इन सच रहने वाली मैं आप जयपुर थाना की पुलिस पदाधिकारी के समक्ष किसी नए प्रलोभन दबाव के प्रफल द्वारा घोषित कराती हूँ कि आज दिनांक 25/1/26 को समय करीब 5:30 बजे मेरी सास शांति देवी अपने दामाद सुरेश शौकिया का भैंस गाय चलाकर घर वापस आई थी। मेरा घर एवं नलक तक करीब 300 मीटर की दूरी पर एक ही गांव में है। घर आने के बाद मैंने अपनी सास को खाना खाने के लिए कहा तो उन्होंने खाना खाने से इनकार कर दिया कि मैं बासी खाना नहीं खाऊंगी और यह कर कि मैं अपने दामाद के घर गरम खाना खाने जा रही हूँ। समय करीब 7 बजे मेरी सास घर से निकलकर अपनी बेटी मीना देवी के घर जा रही थी। जाने के क्रम में रास्ते में ही एक गली है, उसी गली में 3 व्यक्ति बालेश्वर रोटिया, नारायण रोटिया, धर्मराज रोटिया, थाना स्टेशन इन लोगों ने मेरी सास को गाली गलौज करते हुए यह कहने लगे यह औरत डाइन है, इसलिए गांव के कई लोगों को जाने में 800 खत्म कर देंगे। जब ये लोग मारपीट कर रहे थे तब मैं सुनी और अपने पति का उद्देश्य रोटिया को बताई, लेकिन वह नशे की हालत में सोया हुआ था जिस कारण वो उठा भी नहीं। इसके बाद मैंने अपनी ननद को फोन किया परंतु वो फोन नहीं उठाया। इससे पूर्व भी एक बार लालमोहन अपने हाथ में तलवार लेकर घर आया था, बोला था कि तुम गायब हो, तुमको काट देंगे, ये लोग मुझे मार देंगे। इसी के कारण मैं डर से लोगों के पास मेरी सास को छुड़ाने नहीं गई। इसके बाद सभी मेरी सास को लेकर चले गए। दिनांक 26/1/26 को सुबह 6 बजे मेरी बड़ी सास ने जानकारी दी कि हमारी सास कुशल अम्मा के पास रोड के नीचे खून से लटपट पड़ी हुई है। उसके बाद हमने वहां जाकर देखा तो मेरी सास को बेरहमी से पत्थर से माथा कुचल कर मार दिया गया है, जिसके बाद आसपास के लोग जमा हो गए। उसके बाद थाने में सूचना दिया गया। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि मेरी सास सच एक लोग yes ma'am. Now is the case that the counter yes the counter is fine. The paragraphs which have been mentioned in the counter affidavit plus they are the reaffirmation of the what the informant has said, not some of the witnesses on the basis of suspicion. Now there is the important paragraphs clause which were there in the case diary. Paragraph 59, 61, 81, 82, 83 and 70. Yes. They have yes 59, 61, 81, 82, 83 and 70. They have not been mentioned in the case diary. The reason is lost. We have placed in the case diary. Yes. Paragraph 59 was cited. So these paragraphs have been left out deliberately in the case diary. 59. The independent witness किम्बर रोटिया के पास पहुंचा, उसने अपना नाम
बस केस डायरी है ना?
Yes, किम्बर रोटिया के पास पहुंचा एवं उसने अपना नाम बताया। इसने बताया कि घटना की रात में उसी रास्ते से गुजर रहा था तो मैंने देखा कि गांव का ही बिट्टू रोटिया झाड़ी में कुछ खोज रहा है और पास में ही शांति देवी पड़ी हुई है। So this बिट्टू रोटिया is not mentioned in the first information. Okay, are different questions. किम्बर रोटिया का बयान की साक्ष्य के माध्यम से दर्ज किया धारा 186 तक अलग पढ़ने पर बयान दर्ज कर कांड डाले के तहत सजा। Now it's paragraph 61. This बिट्टू रोटिया has been arrested near the paragraph 60. Not named person. Unnamed person. Now 61 is the confessional statement of Bitul Rotiya. Yeah, place that. Paragraph 61. मेरा नाम बितुल रोटिया उम्र 30 वर्ष 50 वर्ष मैं आज दिनांक 10/26 को समय करीब 11:50 इस पुलिस पदाधिकारी के समक्ष बिना किसी भय के लोगों ने दबाव के अपनी स्वेच्छा से पूरे होशो आवाज में यह जानते हुए कि मेरे दिया गया यह बयान मेरे ही विरुद्ध न्यायालय के साक्ष्य में उपयोग किया जाएगा। फिर भी मैं अपना अपराध स्वरूप बयान देता हूँ कि 6वीं तक पढ़ा हूँ। मेरे माता पिता का देहांत हो गया था। हमारे घर में मेरी पत्नी मीना देवी के अलावा कोई नहीं है। मेरे गांव में ही सुरेश रोटिया के साथ गांव मिस्त्री का काम करता हूँ। मेरी शादी के 5 साल हो गए पर अभी तक कोई बच्चा नहीं हुआ है। मैंने अपनी पत्नी को बहुत जगहों पर डॉक्टर के द्वारा दिखाया पर कोई असर नहीं हुआ। कई जगहों पर मैंने झाड़-फूँक भी करवाया परंतु इसका असर नहीं होता। गाँव के ही बालेश्वर रौतिया अपने गाँव में झाड़-फूँक करता था, तो गाँव की ही शांति देवी को डायन कहता और हमें भी कई बार बोला कि शांति देवी डायन है। कुछ दिन पहले कलेश्वर रौतिया, लालमोहन रौतिया और धर्मराज रौतिया ने यह कहा था कि शांति देवी डायन है, इससे तो हम लोग भी परेशान हैं, तुम्हारा बच्चा भी इसी में रोक कर रखा है, तुम्हें जब भी मौका मिला इसे मार दो, बाकी हम लोग तुम्हारे साथ हैं। इसी दौरान बालेश्वर रौतिया, लालमोहन रौतिया एवं धर्मराज रौतिया ने शांति देवी के साथ मारपीट किया था, यह कहते हुए कि तुम डायन हो। एक बार लालमोहन ने अपने घर से तलवार निकालकर काटने के लिए कहा था, पर वो घर से नहीं निकली, जिससे वह बच गई। मैंने कई बार शांति देवी को भी कहा था कि तुम डायन हो तो तुम मेरी पत्नी को कुछ मत करो, मेरा कोई संतान नहीं है। मेरे मन में हमेशा शांति देवी के द्वेष की भावना रहती थी। दिनांक 25/1/26 को समय करीब 7:20 बजे शाम को मैं कुछ काम से थका हारा अपने घर आ रहा था, तो पीछे पीछे गांव की महिला सीतामढ़ी देवी, अनीता देवी, लड़की देवी आ रही थी। मैं कुशल अम्मा पेड़ के पास रोड पर थोड़ा रुक गया और लोगों से पूछा तुम लोग कहाँ से आ रही हो, तो उसमें उन लोगों ने कहा हम लोग छठी घर से आ रहे हैं। वे सही
He is
रास्ते
the person who has actually committed that.
He has confessed that he has my stone mill which is killed. Thereafter, he has also said that I have hidden my clothes which had the blood stains of the lady. That those clothes have been recovered by the police force.
क्या बोला आपने?
टावर लोकेशन भी
टावर लोकेशन से क्या होगा?
मिल रहा है ये उस समय पर सब जगह पर कन्फेस भी किए
इनका भी कन्फेशन है।
इनका
बिट्टू रोतिया तो पिटिशनर नहीं है ना? पिटिशनर इज बालेश्वर रोतिया एंड अदर्स में कौन?
बालेश्वर रोतिया में there are 3 persons below.
लालमोहन एंड धर्मराज। Recovery we have the confession statement.
Yes, clothes you said that I burned the clothes and then we got
राज किया कन्फेशन है।
आप बताइए ना क्या है इनके अगेंस्ट? कस्टडी कब से मैम?
She's in custody since 5 months. 27/1/26.
Heard the learned counsel's opinion on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that though the petitioner has been named in the FIR, but the allegation is on suspicion. Petitioners, but the allegation, all the 3 petitioners are there, named, but the allegation is on suspicion. She has submitted that a counter affidavit has been filed in the present case, but the learned counsel for the state has not referred to certain paragraphs in the case diary. That is paragraph 59, 61, 81, 82, 83, and also 70. She submits that one co-accused, namely Bittu Rotiya, that these paragraphs contains material against one co-accused, namely Bittu Rotiya, who though has not been named in the FIR, but he has confessed his guilt, and there is recovery on the basis of his confession statement. The learned counsel submits that it is Bittu Rotiya who has actually committed the offence filing. Correct?
Yes.
The petitioner is in custody since 27/2026. And charge has already been claimed. अच्छा कोई बात नहीं. And charge sheet has already been signed. आपको क्या बोलना है? बोलना है बिट्टू रोटिया के अलावा
कन्फेशन किया कन्फेस
कौन कन्फेस किया?
धर्मराज किया एक नंबर
नहीं एक सेकंड. धर्मराज रोटिया
एक नंबर 3.
अच्छा क्या कन्फेस किया?
कन्फेशन में कि हम हमारे तीनों मिलकर
कौन इनके पास से कोई रिकवरी है? रिकवरी नहीं है ना. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that out of the 3 petitioners, petitioner number 3 has confessed his guilt and has stated that all the 3 petitioners were involved in the commission of offence. However, during the course of hearing, the learned counsel for the state has submitted that there is no recovery on the basis of contextual statement of the petitioner number 3. And so far as the other arguments which have been made by the petitioner in connection with Victor Rohia, the same is not in dispute. Correct?
No.
Considering the aforesaid facts and circumstances and the materials collected during investigation, which particularly point out against Victor Rohia, and the petitioners are in custody since 27/1/2026. The petitioners are directed to be enlarged on bail.
Item 34, BA 5229 of 2026.
Asok.
Item 35, BA 5231 of 2026.
Yes.
You know, the case is under section 376, you know, section 376 and 313 of IPC and section 468 of Oxford.
Read the it's complaint.
Yes, it is complaint.
Well, send for
It will send for
investigation.
registration.
The learned counsel for the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a counter affidavit in this case.
Father is the informant and the victim has been married after
They
this.
will serve notice upon the father.
Father, yes.
Father will take care. Let the case ID be called for from the concerned court along with its enclosures, particularly the medical examination report of the victim.
In case diary not, it has, I have written also that C has
Go
denied
ahead.
it. Yes.
If any,
Yes.
the statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BNSS be also forwarded to the court, to this court by the learned trial court. Stage क्या है केस का?
चार्जशीट हो provisions order आया है.
Post this case on 14th of July. The counter affidavit should be filed by 13th of July. That should be sufficient.
Item 36, PA 5232 of 2026.
Very also that should submit the paragraph 2 I mentioned on 21st of April 2026, DL 138/26 is wrong. In this case, the FIR was registered against the petitioner under section 69, 351, that is 376 of the IPC and 506 of the IPC. On the very outset in the FIR itself, it has been mentioned that she is aged about 21 years. Of course, she involvement is 24 years, and the petitioner was the lesser than that petitioner's age. Allegation is not in 2015. In April 2025, they developed friendship through WhatsApp. Then in between June and September 25, they established physical relation in her house or in the house of the petitioner or other places. There was once termination of pregnancy, then when on the basis of promise of marriage, but they demanded a motorcycle or ₹2 lakhs. The marriage could not be solemnized, and on 1/11/2025 last date when denied marriage. This is the allegation in nutshell. So by stage of the case, you will also find from the impugn order.
What about the child was born or aborted?
No. Child.
As per the FIR, she was pregnant by 2
That was
months.
terminated 2 months. That was terminated ultimately. But this is a story not supported by any document. Subject losses bank page page
The
21.
trial is on, no? Trial तो चल रहा है ना?
ट्रायल तो बता है मुझे, इसीलिए तो इंप्यून ऑर्डर में ही लिखा हुआ है
कितना?
कि चार्ज फ्रेम हुआ है 9 फरवरी 2026 को Out of 8 witnesses, 2 witnesses have been examined. I have also enclosed those 2 witnesses. Next, PW1 is the own sister-in-law, Bhabi. See what she has said, not your may kindly see. That is an admitted case, page 22. Sorry, page 25. PW1 has been declared hostile, Mukhya, and PW2 has been declared hostile. PW1, page 25. पीड़िता मेरी ननद अप्रैल 2025 में इंस्टाग्राम के माध्यम से आसिफ करीम से मेरी ननद का परिचय हुआ और घर आने जाने लगा। इसी दौरान वह मेरी ननद से शारीरिक संबंध स्थापित करने लगा, बोला कि तुमसे शादी करूंगा। वह उसे बाहर भी घुमाने ले जाने लगा, अपने घर में भी ले गया था, वहां भी शारीरिक संबंध हुआ। इस बीच मेरी ननद गर्भवती हो गई। आसिफ करीम बोला कि 2 लाख रुपया एक बाइक सुनने का जेवर दो, शादी करूंगा, नहीं तो दवा खाकर बच्चा गिरा। इस संबंध में पंचायती भी हुआ। Now you may also see para 6, 7 and prosecution. पीड़िता का उम्र 21 वर्ष है, लड़का का उम्र 20 साल। मेरी आज पहली बार बयान हो रहा है, पुलिस के पास बयान नहीं हुआ। दिन मिनट पैरा 11 मैंने अभियुक्त को पीड़िता के साथ लेकर घूमते हुए देखा हूँ, दोनों अपना मर्जी से जाता। पैरा 12 आसिफ करीम और पीड़िता में कहीं भी कोई निकाह नहीं हुआ है। हम लोग यह चाहेंगे कि दोनों में निकाह हो। Similar on the promise of marriage.
Para 14.
Para 14 यूनिवर्सिटी मैं नहीं जानती हूँ पीड़िता का आसिफ करीम के साथ निकाह दिनांक 23/4/25 को जम्मा मस्जिद मुंजिमान कमेटी सुनताल दिन में हुआ। नहीं जानती। Similar, it is not a case of rape. There is no whisper in the affair, nor there is any whisper by own sister-in-law Bhabi. It is a relationship between them. They both are major. And due to false promise of marriage.
क्या बोलना है?
If I accept that victim says, मैं शादी का दावा करने का दावा आसिफ करीम को दिया तो मेरे साथ गाली गलौज को मारपीट किया। आसिफ करीम एक साजिश के तहत मुझे धमकी देता रहा कि मैं अन्यत्र जगह किसी
The point is that on the face of the FIR there was some physical relationship between them with consent. And thereafter he refused to marry and demanded settlement. Correct? Charge frame कब हुआ?
Charge frame हुआ है 9 February 2026 last month.
For the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties, the learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner, that as per the allegation, the petitioner and the victim, they established physical relationship and there was love affair between them, and ultimately when the petitioner refused to marry, the FIR was lodged. He has also submitted that the trial is going on and PW1, who is the own sister-in-law of the victim, has stated that the petitioner and the victim were having relationship. The counsel submits that it appears from the allegation that at best the allegation is that the petitioner and the victim, they established relationship under false pretext. The charge has been framed on 9/1/2026. 9/2/2026. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that the victim also became pregnant, but her pregnancy was terminated and there was demand of money from the side of the petitioner. When it came to marriage, after hearing the learned counsel for the parties, and as per the FIR, there is an allegation that there was relationship between the petitioner and the victim under false pretext, under pretext of marriage, and both are major.
Both are.
The charge having been framed on 9/2/2026. Custody कब से?
9th February, sorry, 3rd November 2025.
The petitioner is in custody since 3rd of November 2025. The petitioner is alleged to be enlarged on bail.
Item 37, DA 5237 of 2026.
May I please, Your Lordship? Offense under section 69 of BNS. From the face of the FIR, you know, should be find that there is an admitted love affair, and from the very initial days of their school.
What is the age of the victim?
Age is 25 years.
Victim is 25?
Yes.
And petitioner?
Petitioner is also
20.
FIR is at page 17.
Then what is the stage of the case?
The charge has been framed recently on 12/6/2026.
What is joint photograph?
You know,
Read that.
मैं सचिन सच उम्र 25 वर्ष पिता सचिन सच थाना चक्रधरपुर जिला पश्चिमी सिंहभूम झारखंड का स्थायी निवासी हूँ। मेरे साथ रोहित मुखी पिता श्री सचिन सच प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ थाना चक्रधरपुर स्थायी निवासी। मैं सचिन सच लड़का रोहित मुखी, हम दोनों एक दूसरे को स्कूल के समय से जानते थे। फिर हम दोनों को जान पहचान प्यार में बदल गए। 23 अप्रैल 2025 रात 10 बजे लगभग को रोहित मुखी मुझे अपने घर लोकनाथ नगर चक्रधरपुर ले गए और मेरे साथ शारीरिक संबंध बनाए। फिर हम लोग दूसरे दिन सुबह में मेरे घर कोटका में छोड़ दिए। उसके बाद से रोहित मुखी मेरे साथ लगातार मेरे घर में ही कोटका लाल गिरजा 1 साल से मेरे साथ संबंध बनाता रहा। शादी का झांसा दे रहा। मना करने पर रोहित मुखी बोलता है कि तुम मेरी पत्नी हो, मेरे साथ संबंध बनाना पड़ेगा। इस तरह से मुझे अपनी झूठी बातों में बहलाकर मेरे साथ शारीरिक संबंध बनाया। जब मैंने रोहित को बोला कि चलो हम दोनों साथ में हमेशा के लिए तुम अपने घर ले चलो, तो गुस्सा हो गया तथा गाली गलौज करने लगा।
Yes, what do you say? Both are major. Yes.
both are major.
Charge has been framed.
That's right.
Or the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner has placed the FIR and has submitted that the FIR itself reveals that the petitioner and the victim had known each other since school days, and there is a clear averment in the FIR that there was love affair between them and there was consensual physical relationship. The learned counsel submits that. At base, the allegation is establishment of sexual, physical relationship in the pretext of marriage. The petitioner is in custody since
9/3/2026.
9/3/2026. Both the petitioner and victim are major, and charge has already been framed. On 12/6/26 for charge भी frame हो गया।
जी।
I'm sure.
Yes.
कहाँ लिखे?
It's the recording court act.
The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail. However, the submissions made by the petitioner on the basis of the FIR is not in dispute. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the fact that there was love affair between the petitioner and the victim, as is apparent from their fire, and charge having already been filed, the petitioner is admitted to be enlarged on guilty.
Item 38, BA 5251 of 2026.
Under section 64, subclause 2, section M of BAS. Lordship allegations posted put signals on her hair and mangasut on her neck and photograph in his phone. Thus forcibly made physical relation despite of knowing that informant is a married woman and stating blackmailing. But Lordship at annexation 2 in PR bond admitted that victim has been admitted that she has to photograph by her consent.
Annexure 2.
Yes, Your Lordship, at page 22.
What is page 22?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
पी और बॉन्ड लॉर्डशिप ये पहले भी केस फाइल की थी, उस समय कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो गया था, पुलिस स्टेशन से कॉम्प्रोमाइज
was rejected by the coordinate commissioner.
लॉर्डशिप एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, वो उसमें वो पैसा भी ली थी 3,75,000 की, बाद में वो ऐसे ब्लैकमेलिंग वगैरह करनी है।
FIR करूं? FIR
17 निवेदन पूर्वक कहना है कि मैं ज्योति कुमारी 19 वर्ष पति सचिन सच थाना चौपारण जिला हजारीबाग की रहने वाली हूँ। यह कि वर्ष 2024 दिसंबर माह में इंस्टाग्राम सोशल मीडिया पर मेरे घर के बगल में किराए पर चला रहे इंडियन गैस एजेंसी के शिवम कुमार सिंह पिता समन सिंह उर्फ श्याम सिंह ग्राम सचिन सच मेरे मोबाइल तथा व्हाट्सएप पर मैसेज तथा हमारे बोलने लगा कि मैं तुमसे शादी करना चाहता हूँ। तो मैं बोली कि तुम जानते हो कि मेरी शादी हो गई है। तो फिर भी यह मुझे कहने लगा कि ठीक है, फिर भी मुझसे शादी करूंगा, तुमसे शादी करूंगा। जिसकी बात कर रही माह 2025 दिनांक 16/2/2025 के दिन करीब 11:30 बजे शिवम कुमार सिंह मेरे घर में घुसकर मुझे अकेला पाकर जोर जबरदस्ती कर मेरे मांस में सिंदूर डाल दिया और गले में मंगलसूत्र पहना दिया और मोबाइल में फोटो ले लिया और मेरे हाथ जबरदस्ती कर शारीरिक संबंध बनाया। जिसके बाद मैं यह ब्लैकमेल करने लगा कि मुझे पिछले माह 14 अगस्त 2025 के दिन करीब 10 बजे शिवम कुमार सिंह मुझे बाबू गांव हजारीबाग अपने दोस्त के मकान में ले गया और यहाँ पर भी मुझे मंगलसूत्र तथा मांग में सिंदूर देकर मोबाइल में वीडियो तथा फोटो ले लिया। फिर मेरे साथ जबरदस्ती कर शारीरिक संबंध बनाया। जिसके बाद उक्त सारी घटना की जानकारी मेरे पति को हुआ, जिससे लेकर गांव में इस संबंध में कई बार बैठक हुई। शिवम कुमार सिंह बैठक में बोले कि आज के बाद मैं कोई मतलब नहीं रखूंगा, परंतु इसके बावजूद यह मैसेज करता है। अब मेरे पति मुझे रखना नहीं चाहते हैं और तलाक देना चाहते हैं तथा मेरा 1.5 साल का बेटा है। अब मैं शिवम कुमार सिंह को शादी करने के लिए बोलती तो शिवम कुमार सिंह शादी करने से इनकार करता। लॉर्डशिप पर पीएस बॉन्ड का डेट है 7/9/2025, जिसमें वो बोली है कि अब मैं इसके बाद कोई केस भी नहीं फाइल करूंगी और फोटोग्राफ्स जो हुआ है वो मेरे कंसेंट से हुआ है। क्या बोलना है? और एफआईआर भी लॉन्च हुआ है 15/10।
एफआईआर इट इज वेरी क्लियर लॉर्डशिप दैट एलिगेशन अगेंस्ट फर्स्टली
she's still insisting that she wants to marry the petitioner, although she is married.
Yes, your lordship.
Yes, you was already married.
Then now she's still insisting that she wants to marry
house
the petitioner.
and make things. That's come in the itself in the FIR lordship.
No, she is still insisting that she wants to marry the petitioner, although she is married and has a child.
Yes, your lordship.
FIR नहीं है, अभी भी उनको मन है शादी करने का। क्या स्टेज है किस कस्टडी का
Custody 4 May 2026.
4/5/2026 अभी तो आपका चार्जशीट नहीं हुआ होगा
चार्जशीट हो गया लॉर्डशिप 8/6/2026 को.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंप्लीट
लॉर्डशिप इन्वेस्टिगेशन में चली. अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन. लॉर्डशिप पर पेयर बॉन्ड में भी वो एनेक्शन है कि वो पैसा भी नहीं है.
counsel for the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a counter affidavit in this case. Contract to be filed by twenty-seventh of July. The case diary along with its enclosure be submitted to this court with the level court master on 27th of July, post on 20. तब तक थोड़ा इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो जाएगा देख लेते
Item 39, BA 5253 of 2026.
In this case, petition paid for regular bail. Offence under section 118, 9, 79, 83, 24, 331(6) and 351(3). So under BNS. In this case, Lordship 83, 85 is equivalent to 498A and 109 is 307. So in this case, neither any injury nor anything, Lordship. The wife of the petitioner has lost this false case, and earlier also she has lost a false case that I have given a Lordship annexure 2. Therefore, it is simply a matrimonial dispute between the husband and wife. And earlier also there she has lost in first information report, and her daughter has given the statement that nothing wrong has been done by his father.
Where is the FIR?
FIR is annexure 1,
The
Lordship.
learned counsel for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner. Cyber offense भी है sir.
No.
Cyber offense involvement.
No. आज इसमें माय नेम में भी है कि केस हमको अलॉटेड है लेकिन इनका शो कर मेरा शो कर रहा है.
At the request of the council, Mr. Naam,
शैलेंद्र कुमार.
Mr. Salint Kumar Tiwari, the officer directed to print his name from the side of the paper. Let the case diary be called for from the consult court along with the stage of the case. Post on 28th of July. You will serve notice upon the informant. Informant will serve
नोटिस पे करा देते हैं.
28.
28.
Item 40, BA 5254 of 2026.
Yes, petitioner. Direct.
Trying to complete. I have not completed.
Sir,
Allegation that he
183 में पूरी तरह से sexual assault का सारा कहानी सुनाई है क्या?
FIR it 9 years. In FIR it has stated that he was
आप क्या चाहते हैं हमसे ये बताइए क्या स्टेज है किसका?
शासित पंचायत.
Third, the learned counsel subpoena on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner has been falsely implicated in this case and He is in custody since 8/4/2026. The Learned Council for the state has opposed the prayer and has submitted that there is direct allegation against the petitioner. And the victim was only 9 years of age. As per the interim order, the victim has supported the allegation under section 183 basis. Considering the direct and specific allegation made against the petitioner, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail.
Item 41 BA 5255 of 2026.
10 persons in Russia has granted bail. It's a case of cyber offense. One mobile phone with one SIM was recovered from the possession. The total 11 persons were apprehended, out of which 10 were granted.
सबका तो केस डायरी देखी भी
हाँ वही सब में था एक में जबार अंसारी थोड़ा ज्यादा आया था रोशन बस तो इसमें 89 लिंक्स आया था
Learned Council for the state is directed to file a compatibility in this case along with the criminal antecedent report of the petition for cyber violence criminal antecedent. The matter is directed to be posted on 7th of July. Let the case diary along with its enclosure be followed up from the concerned. Court में होगा case diary?
हाँ भी कोर्ट में होगा ना BA number 37 the record में भी
उसमें है?
हाँ उसमें भी है
इसमें BA number
3758 of 2026
BA number
3758 of 2026
date of disposal
16th of June 2026
ऐसा लिखिए BA number 5255 of 26. The Learned Council for the petition states that the case of the co-accused has been considered in BA number 3758 of 26. After perusal of the case diary, the case diary must be available in the case record. Pose this case on next Monday, along with the records of BA number 3758 of 2026. The Learned Council for the state is directed to produce to apprise this court with respect to the criminal antecedents of the petition. Case diary में ही होगा देख लीजिएगा. Otherwise antecedent होगा.
Item 42 BA 5257 of 2026.
Please petitioner.
The petition is assessment. Officers still 80 of BNS corresponding to 304B. The charge sheet has been submitted in 108.
7 में से 3 तो examine हो चुके हैं.
जी. All of
सब
them.
official witness ही बच रहे होंगे. सब official witness बच रहे होंगे. Correct. Or the
offense is 108. It has been charge sheet is written on 108. The suicide.
For the Learned Council is appearing on behalf of the parties. The Learned Council for the petition submits that the petitioner is the husband of the victim. The marriage was solemnized about 3 years prior to the date of the offense. The Learned Council has further submitted that the charge sheet has been submitted under section 108 of BNS. And the petitioner though husband has no role in the alleged offense. Counsel for the state has opposed a prayer for bail and has submitted that the victim died unnatural death in a matrimonial home.
In a rented house where the husband and wife is residing.
In a rented home where the petitioner along with the in a matrimonial home to this the counsel for the petition has submitted that the petitioner and the victim were residing in a residence where she died. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the fact that victim died in her matrimonial home within 3 years of marriage, and the trial is going on, out of 7 charge sheeted witnesses, 3 have already been examined as per the interim order dated 8/5/2026.
I've understood also all of them, all of this has been declared.
And most of the witnesses to be examined are the official witnesses. This court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. However, the state is directed to ensure that the remaining witnesses are promptly produced before the court. The counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district and also to the director of prosecution for compliance.
Item 43, VA 5261 of 2026.
Transaction 64 through 376. They will take on 2 and 1 of 2 of VNS. We are either FIR, base 16. सेवा में इस्तेमाल करने के लिए महासिक सविनय निवेदन यह है मैं डोली संग्राम पति सचिन सच थाना सचिन संस्थान निवासी हूँ आगे पूर्व थाना मैं एलएलबी सत्र 2026 की छात्रा हूँ जुवेल मुर्मू गाड़ी पिटिशनर वकील गांव गुड़गांव से सर आपके से पढ़ाई की जानकारी लेने की तो शुरुआत में बातचीत हुई 7 महीना पहले एक जुवेल मुर्मू मुझे अपने घर पर एलएलबी संबंधित किताब देने हेतु बुलाया और मेरे साथ जबरन किया और वीडियो बनाया। जब मैंने बात अपने पति को बताना चाही जान से मारने की धमकी देने लगा और साथ ही वीडियो वायरल करने का धमकी देने लगा क्योंकि 7 माह से इसका सोशल साइट आई हूँ मुझे वीडियो वायरल करने की धमकी दे कभी भी अपने घर बुलाते थे और मेरा करते थे तब पति सालों होने को बोलते थे। आज दिनांक 29/26 को भी मुझे उसी तरह धमकी देकर अपने घर बुला लिया। मेरे द्वारा मना करने और मुझे मारने की धमकी दी। उस समय किसी तरह हिम्मत जुटाकर अपने पति को फोन किया और सब कुछ बता दी फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ दैट पिटिशनर। उस वजह से मेरे उस वक्त उसने क्या छीनकर कॉन्टैक्ट किया दरवाजा बंद कर दिया और सोना दिखा के मेरा फिर से देखते करते मेरा पति वहां पहुंच गया। इससे मेरे पति के साथ मारपीट करने लगे। अतः सीमान से हम निवेदन है सचिन सर the FIR still shows nothing. Is this the contact? Because consent. Yes, we consent. No consent. Lordship, there is a reason. I have stated that the husband of the informant is my best friend, and he has taken 3 lakh rupees from the purchasing the land. And when I asked, I have stated in my petition also 7 महीना से कोई कह रहा सब उस लड़का के घर से बोल सकती हैं अपने घर से नहीं बोल सकती हैं। और इस डैडी ने क्या है कि हमेशा जाती थी इनके घर। If it is true, then she is a consenting party. Otherwise, she has concocted the story. मतलब हम घर से आ गए और इसके घर पहुंच के फोन किया उसने। इसे मतलब ये लड़ाई करने लायक बात ही नहीं है। अगर कहना था एक बच्चे की माँ है और हस्बैंड से कहना तो उनको घर पे ही काट के जाती कि हमारे तुम पीछे से आओ। उसके घर पहुंच के वहां से फोन करके हस्बैंड को बुलाना। हम देखते हैं कि 3 लाख रुपया हमसे इसका हस्बैंड लिया और वही जमीन खरीदा है।
कहाँ से बोल रहा है?
हम अपने लिखे स्टेज में
ऐसे क्या हो?
उसमें भी आया कि जमीन खरीदा के स्टाइल डिजाइन में हुआ ये जो मतलब 7 महीने से अगर
the state is directed to serve notice upon the informant of the case and file a counter affidavit.
हम इसमें पार्टी बना दें क्या करें?
पार्टी बनाने की जरूरत है वो पूरी सरकार। Let the case diary चार्जशीट हो गया ना?
हाँ चार्जशीट हो गया।
Counsel for the petitioner has submitted that charge sheet has already been submitted. Let the case diary along with its enclosures and the statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BNSS be called for from the concerned court. Post this case on 7th of July. The counter affidavit will be filed. Date is filed 6th of July.
last week of July.
मैडम दे भी देते हैं अगर आप नहीं हैं तो आप किसी और को ऐसा ही करें।
इसमें 180 BNS लिखा हुआ है
183 में तो वही होगा ना
होना चाहिए एकदम होना चाहिए
See, if you are in some problem, madam, if you are in some problem, you assign the case to somebody else as a main person.
Item 44, VA 5266 of 2026.
Good, sir. Allegation is under section 69 of BMS. The prosecutrix is aged about 26 years. And she has alleged that she was having an affair with this petitioner for last 5 years. And she has stayed in the house of petitioner on several occasions. She has given bail in 2023 for 5 days and then in 2024 for 6 days. She has further stated that in the year 2021, she has gone to Vellore when the sister of this petitioner fell ill for her treatment, and there also they had physical relationship. Now,
That is all that is there in the FIR.
that is there in the FIR.
So what is the reason for FIR?
Refusal of marriage, that is the reason. Page 11 is the first information.
State.
Yes,
What you
ma'am.
have to say?
FIR will lead.
Or the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the victim is major, aged 26 years, and in the FIR itself, she has stated that there was relationship between the petitioner and the victim with consent for last 5 years. And on various occasions, she has also stayed in the house of the victim and has also traveled with the victim, with the petitioner. वो दोनों में petitioner लिखे हैं. Service said the petitioner is in custody since.
He is in custody since 26/4/2026.
Since 26/4/2026. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail. It is all clear. He further submits that the allegation is that when the victim requested the petitioner for marriage, the petitioner refused. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail. However, the aforesaid submissions which have been made by the learned counsel for the petitioner based on the FIR is not in dispute. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the fact that there has been consensual relationship between the petitioner and the victim for quite some time, as is apparent from the FIR itself, the petitioner is eligible to be married on bail.
Item 45, VA 5270 of 2026.
Page number 50. In direction number 9, learned trial court shall expedite the trial. This order is of
Page number
page number 50.
50.
50, dated 4/4/2025. Last line, para 6, learned trial court shall expedite it.
What is the stage of the trial?
Stage of the trial that no witness moved after that order after 1 year has been passed. Within this 1 year, no witness has been turned up.
7 witnesses have been examined out of 9. ठीक है, आईओ को एग्जामिन करना है और डॉक्टर को एग्जामिन करना है, यही तो अगला तारीख का रखता है. नेक्स्ट डेट
पता नहीं.
कोई बात. Heard the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the bail application of the petitioner was earlier rejected by the order dated 4/4/2025 in DA number 2649 of 2025 on merits. However, there was an observation that the learned trial court shall expedite the trial. Submits that after the order of rejection on 4/4/2025, no witness has been examined. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that as per the improved order dated 6/4/2026, 7 out of 9 witnesses have already been examined. Only doctor and IO are yet to be examined. He submits that there is direct and serious allegation against the petitioner, who was caught by the informant in naked condition inside his house with 9-year-old daughter of the informant. And the victim had also reported sexual assault on her. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the direct allegation made against the petitioner and the bail application of the petitioner was rejected earlier on merits, this court is not inclined to enlarge the petition on bail. However, there can be no reason for the state not to produce the witnesses before the court. The state is directed to ensure that the remaining 2 witnesses, who are the doctor and the IO, are promptly produced before the court, so that the trial itself is taken to a logical end. The counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district and also to direct the prosecution to ensure compliance.
Item 46, BA 5656 of 2026.
Yes, petitioner. Petitioner absent. Goes to next. Counsel for the state is present.
There is no participation.
जरूरत पड़ेगा क्या केस petitioner absent. The learned counsel for the state has submitted that case diary be called for. The counsel for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit. Let the case diary with its enclosure be called for from the concerned court. कौन सी सेक्शन का केस है देखेंगे
संसार करवाने का है 65 का केस है बाप ने बेटे के साथ रेप किया है
along with the statement of the victim. तो फिर केस डायरी किस लिए चाहिए इसमें वो जरूरत नहीं कर सुनेंगे ये सब आर्डर टाइप का लगा डायरेक्ट एलिगेशन केस डायरी पे क्या
बहुत डायरेक्ट एलिगेशन
post tomorrow petitioner absent.
Item 47, BA 5702 of 2026.
Counsel for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit in this case. Along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner. The cyber offense to case can be taken. Let the case diary with its enclosure be called for from the concerned court.
FSC केस डायरी भी कंक्लूजन्स
Case diary with enclosure. इसमें FSL भी है क्या?
नहीं
Pose this case on 14th of July. The counter affidavit be filed latest by 30th.
Item 48, BA 5740 of 2026.
Please register the 65(1) and 3 and 4 of book for it. There is a FIR by the informant person, in which though petitioner is named in the FIR, the perusal of the summit transpires the petitioner has not done any overtake against the tip. It is that was both were coming to the
FIR.
निवेदन पूर्वक कहना है कि सच एंड सच 25/12/25 को शाम 4 बजे 17 6 बजे गुजर रहे थे तो भैया के देश जो कि बाइक में थे राम गंगा नंबर 2 में है विश्वास पिता राम हमारे जो शीशे में मेरे भैया ने कहा मेरे भैया ने कहा कि अंधेरा होने वाला है, मेरी बहन को घर छोड़ देना, जिस पर उन्होंने मुझे अपने बाइक पर बैठा लिया और बाइक में गंगा वहां चला रहा था। कुछ दूरी बाद गंगा वहां बाइक से उतर के पीछे बैठ गया। उसके बाद राम नाम मोबाइल से मुझे बैठा कर दोनों घर पर पहुंचाने का बजाय मुझे गांव जाने वाला रास्ते में टोली के पास जाने लगे। उसके बाद राम देवी गाड़ी पर होने लगी सारी गंगा राम कुछ दूरी पर खड़ा था। मेरे साथ राम करने के बाद मुझे उन दोनों ने बाइक उठा के चेन्नई मोटर के बाद 8 बजे छोड़ दिया। राम मुझे किसी बात बताने की मुझे चेन्नई मोबाइल दिया गया और मुझे अपने भैया के सारी बात है। कुछ देर बाद भैया आए और मुझे गंगा नाम करोगी राम नाम
The council for the state is directed to serve notice upon the bill. Let the case diary from the concerned board be called for along with the written enclosure and the statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BNSS. The council for the state is also directed to file a contract. The contract will be filed by 13th of July, post on 14th of July.
Item 49, DA 5741 of 2026.
Present case is registered under section 103(1), 238, 61, 2 and 3 of BNS. There is an allegation that the daughter of the informant went missing from the matrimonial home, and it has been alleged by the informant that the son-in-law of the informant had the extramarital affair with one Ruti Devi Millets. The suspicion has been raised that they have committed the murder of the daughter of the informant. Millets, my name is transferred on the confessional statement and not named the FIR, and exactly similarly situated co-accused has been granted bail by your lordship. That is annexure 2, page 22-23 minutes. His case stands on exactly similar footing. No recovery.
On behalf of the informant for the very first time, seeking adjournment for filing the
MS
Tanukumari
appears on behalf of the informant. At her request, the matter is adjourned and is directed to be posted on here she prays for adjournment by 1 week. However, the matter is directed to be posted on 7th of July. The learning process for the state is directed to file a counter affidavit in this case. Let the case diary have the person.
No.
Let the case diary be called for from the concerned court along with the postmortem report.
Petition copy is up in
So,
I your time.
Under reading for admission, item 15, DA 3887 of 2026.
इसमें काउंटर का डायरेक्शन मतलब 19 तक जमा करना था लेकिन नहीं कर पाया, आज जमा कर दिया।
Custody 625/1/2026. There is recovery of 2 mobile, 1 SIM cards. Petitioner is having no criminal antecedent. The counter also charge has been framed on 29/5/2026 under section 319(2), 318(4), 330, 336(3) and IT Act. There are 3 victims that has come of no antecedent of 5,000, 49,000 and 97,000.
whatever he has said is correct.
In the 38 crime link है लॉर्डशिप, 3 victim जो ये स्टेटमेंट कर दी। उसके अलावा एक चार्ट है लॉर्डशिप 33 में, जिसको उसमें FIR के कॉलम में लिखा हुआ है लॉर्डशिप 37 FIR, लेकिन आईओ सर्टिफिकेट दिए हैं कि देयर इज नो FIR।
No FIR.
पेज 33 डायरी का पारा
32.
33।
FIR तो 0 लिखा है.
Yes, no.
मैंने इसका राइट से सेकंड लाइन लिखा टोटल FIR लिखा हुआ 0
Total FIR.
नीचे 37 कर
Certificate
किन्होंने ये सर्टिफिकेट दिया है?
सर्टिफिकेट जो दिए हैं आयु दिए हैं उसको बोले कि दे देंगे
तो ये कैसे मिसमैच कैसे?
भाई तो मिसमैच करो
वो एक्सप्लेन करेंगे ना मिसमैच ऐसे थोड़ी होता है.
Last occasion को भी यही point out हुआ. You please certify whether FIR has been lodged.
Ask him to file and fresh affidavit explaining the mismatch. The letter transfer for the parties are present. During the course of arguments, it transpired that, as per the counter affidavit, annexure A, it has been reported that no FIR has been lodged against the petitioner apart from the present case. It further transpired from paragraph 33 of the case diary that there are 37 FIRs lodged against the petitioner. The learned counsel for the state is unable to explain this mismatch. Rather, he has himself pointed out this mismatch during the course of hearing. He is directed to seek instructions and file an affidavit of conflict. Are you?
Last occasion को भी यही point out हुआ था.
लेकिन ऐसा ऑर्डर तो नहीं हुआ.
Yes, last occasion को भी यही point out किए थे कि 37 FIR दिखा रहा है और उसके बाद ये affidavit हुआ है. अभी तक आज तक कोई
Just a moment.
Yes, ma'am. आज तक
इसका सुपरविजन कौन करता है? इसका सुपरविजन कौन करता है? SP.
SP को
Is that the SP of the concerned district is directed to file an affidavit in this case to explain the mismatch in the counter affidavit and paragraph 33 of the case diary. ठीक है, एसपी को बोलिए फाइल करने
सिर्फ
क्या चल रहा है.
अपीयरेंस की जरूरत नहीं सिर्फ
अपीयरेंस का कोई जरूरत नहीं.
एक्सप्लेन
he shall seek an explanation from the IU of the case. क्या करते हैं? Post on 14th of July in the supplementary cause list. The affidavit of the SP should be filed latest by 13th of July.
Passover case, item 2, BA 5098 of 2026.
Yes, petitioner.
The FIR in the instance 137(2) and 144 and 61(2) of BNS, that's section 14 to 75 under the benign justice and 13 of the moral trafficking. The case of the prosecution, as per the FIR, the informant is stated that her daughter was contacted by one mobile number and she asked to join their company in which they will do some business and in which they will earn a lot. Thereafter they came and therefore she came along with some other person and they are all were apprehended. But often there was attempt to commit an offense. Other has been granted, one has been granted by your lordship bail and another has been granted bail by other.
बिना काउंटर देखे तो नहीं किया. अगर उस केस में काउंटर है तो बोलिए मंगा लेते.
सब मांगा कहीं कर
जिसमें भी काउंटर तो हम जरूर देखे होंगे वार्ड नंबर 3
मोहल्ले वाले में तो फजूल का ऑर्डर में भी काउंटर होगा ऑर्डर
ऑर्डर
नंबर
के हम नहीं किए होंगे एज आई
ऑर्डर नंबर 3 है आई डोंट नो
मोड है
और जो बिल हुआ है ऑर्डर नंबर 3 है
then the council further stated directive to by the counter affidavit in this case along with the criminal antecedent report of the petitioner that the case diary be called from the concerned court along with its enclosure and the statement of the victim
का तो पकड़ा मतलब कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है तो
स्टेटमेंट तो रिकॉर्ड हुआ होगा 183 में
डायरी मेरे पास नहीं है नहीं वो तो आएगा
statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BNS
if any कर रहे हैं क्योंकि there is no
if any no victim post on 7th of July the counter affidavit should be filed by 6th of July
First over case item 16 BA 5178 of 2026.
Case 30. Petitioner was the informant of this case, and later on he has been made on the basis of the friend of main accused. The statement given by the friend of the main accused who has committed rape upon the daughter of this petitioner कि ये मारा पीटा इसलिए सुसाइड कर हम सुने कोई गांव की औरत बोली on only that ground he has been made accused and petitioner who is the uncle of the deceased. संतोष कुमार पंडित is the main culprit जो उसको लेके गया and whole night he has committed rape upon the daughter of this petitioner and thereafter she came back to her house and thereafter she committed suicide. इस बीच में 3 हॉस्पिटल यही लोग ट्रीटमेंट करा है उसको बड़ी बहन जो है लड़की की वो देखी उसका भाई उसको पकड़ा उतारी फोन की पापा को कि ऐसे ऐसे कर ली है एंड petitioners reached at his house और उसके बाद उसको हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट कराया गया वहां से रेफर हुए फिर रिम्स लाए यहाँ एडमिशन हुआ उसके बाद सीधा और only under the connivance of the friend of the culprit entire episode has been taken इसके ऊपर केवल कॉग्निजेंस 306 नहीं है जिसका मैंने
काउंटर फाइल करिए
केस डायरी में तो जरूर कुछ मटेरियल आया होगा
ठीक है काउंटर फाइल करिए
जी
the learner comes to the state is directed to file the counter affidavit in this case let the case diary with its enclosure be called for from the concerned court
इसमें मैं एक मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है जो मेन कल्प्रिट है वो भी जेल में है और ये लोग को अंदर उन लोग को थ्रेटनिंग दे रहा है कि मेरा अगेंस्ट में तुम गवाही देंगे मेडिकल रिपोर्ट
along with the medical report
तो एक डेट केवल फिक्स कर दो
किसी का बयान 183 में रिकॉर्ड हुआ
हाँ 183 में वो
and the statement recorded under section
180 का सारा जो
183 of
183 में नहीं क्योंकि वो थोड़ी सी
post on 7 July the counter affidavit be filed by 6th of July आप नोटिस सर्व कर देंगे upon the information and
empowerment to petition number 1
वो आप ही हैं empowerment ठीक है
फादर
last sentence
Item 17 BA 5180 of 2026.
This is the matter regarding the level here. 17 years and half. She is after marriage.
What is the age of the petitioner?
Is age of the petitioner is 24.
Again, FIR पढ़ी.
FIR 17.
आगे पढ़िए FIR.
निवेदन कहना है कि मैं राजकिशोर मेहता पिता शोहनसो कोडरमा का निवासी दिनांक 2/4/26 दिन गुरुवार को सुबह 9 बजे मेरी नाबालिग पुत्री अनीसा कुमारी उम्र 17 साल ट्यूशन पढ़ने गोलचार बाजार गई थी। मेरी पुत्री घर वापस नहीं जाने के बाद खोजबीन करने लगे, कुछ बार पता नहीं चला, इसी बीच मोबाइल नंबर सच एंड सच से फोन आया कि आपकी लड़की अनीसा को भगा कर ले आए। मेरे द्वारा पूछने में अपना नाम नीतीश कुमार, उम्र 24 साल, पिता सच नवागढ़ का रहने वाला बताया और बोला आपको जो करना है करिए। उसके बाद संपर्क करने का प्रयास किया गया लेकिन मोबाइल स्विच ऑफ। इससे मुझे लगता है कि नीतीश कुमार को
लड़की रिकवर हुई कि नहीं?
अभी आ गई है, दोनों शादी करके रह रहा था। ये 180 का उनका बयान में आया होगा, हम इसमें लिखे भी हुए हैं पैरा 7 में, फतेहपुर में एज ए वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड, और वहां से फिर कोर्ट रिकवर करती है।
एज कितना विक्टिम का?
एज के रिगार्डिंग में कोई वो ऐसा कुछ
The
नहीं।
council for the state is directed to serve notice upon the information of the case and file a counter. Charge हो गया ना? Let the case diary along with the statement of the along with the medical examination report of the victim and the statement of the victim recorded under section 183 BSA be called for from the concerned court. Post on 7th of July, the counter affidavit will be filed latest by 6:30.
एक और password case item 34 BA 5029 of 2026.
Application for additional wage and custody for over 15 months. And everyone lordship may receive page 12. Earlier, the prayer to bail of this petition was rejected by this
Page 12.
Page 12.
What is the stage of the case?
Stage after training of charge was framed on 18/6/2025. Thereafter, three witnesses have been given, including the victim.
Victim has turned hostile.
No, virtually, in cross examination, it is evident. I have managed that.
We'll expedite it. How many witnesses are there?
The total 6 witnesses.
3 witnesses to be examined. तो आइए होगा डॉक्टर।
Lots of mechanisms for a moment. The FIR has been lodged after 3 days of the hearing. Mother has lodged the FIR alleging that one photograph was found in her house. It was identified as a petitioner, and suspicion has been raised against the petitioner. Thereafter, the victim, how she has been recovered, that is not been explained in the case diary. She was taken for the medical examination, and the medical report completely negative the case of the petitioner. There is nothing in the medical report to show that she was subjected to the sexual intercourse. Now, the only thing is, so far as the kidnapping is concerned,
age of the victim.
Age of the victim is 17 years, and the age of the petitioner is also 20 years. Both are below the tender age. If the cross examination part it appears that on the duress of our parents, this case has been lodged and the allegation is. From 13 onward, we proceed kindly.
The learning council submitting on behalf of the parties. The learning council for the petitioner submits that the petitioner has been implicated in this case, and the petitioner is in custody since 18/6/2025. The bail application of the petitioner was earlier rejected on merits by order DT 28/8/2025.
29/3/2020.
29/3/2025.
In 18/6 को charge frame.
29/3/2025 was rejected on merits on 28/8/2025 by NPA number 4310 of 2025. The learning council has submitted that the victim, though aged 17 years, has been ultimately recovered, and the petitioner is also of tender age, and there was love relationship between the two. The learned counsel he has further submitted that the charge was framed on 18/6/2025, and out of 6 witnesses, 3 witnesses have been examined, including the victim. But the cross-examination of the victim would reveal that she has not supported the case fully. The learned counsel for the state has opposed the prayer for bail and has submitted that the trial is going on and the petitioner may not be enlarged on bail. After hearing the learned counsel for the parties and considering the fact that the bail application of the petitioner has been rejected on merits earlier, this court is not inclined, and that out of 6 witnesses, 3 have already been examined. The trial is going on. This court is not inclined to enlarge the petitioner on bail. However, the state is directed to ensure that the remaining witnesses are promptly produced before the court. The learned counsel for the state is directed to communicate this order to the SP of the concerned district and also to the director of distribution for his अब नहीं आएंगे विटनेस तो आइएगा, सब ऑफिशियल होंगे.
डॉक्टर एंड आईओ.
That's all.